Every morning for 59 years, my husband Arthur woke up before me. He was an early riser, farmer's blood. Didn't matter that he worked in an office his whole life. His body thought it was still on a farm. Eyes open at 5, no alarm, just open. And every morning for 59 years, before he got out of bed, he rolled toward me and he kissed my forehead. Not my lips, my forehead, right here, above my left eyebrow. The same spot every morning. 5 in the morning, the room still dark, his lips on my forehead, warm, dry, quick. And then he'd get up and start the coffee, and the day would begin. 59 years, that's 21,535 mornings. I did the math after he died. I sat at the kitchen table with a calculator and I did the math because I needed to know the exact number of times this man pressed his lips to my forehead and I did nothing. 21,535 kisses. And I never kissed him back, not once. I'm 93 years old. Arthur's been gone for 4 years. And that number is the only number that matters anymore. Not our anniversaries, not the years, not the age of our children or grandchildren. 21,535. The number of times love walked across the bed to find me in the dark, and I lay there and received it like it was owed to me, like it was gravity, like it was just something that happened in the morning, the way the sun came up, automatic, guaranteed, not something a man chose to do. Every single day for 59 years. I wasn't asleep all those mornings. I need you to know that. I wasn't asleep. I was awake probably half the time. I felt him roll toward me. I felt the mattress shift with his weight. I felt his breath on my face, and then his lips on my forehead. And I lay there with my eyes closed, pretending to be asleep, because it was easier to receive love while pretending to be unconscious than to be awake and have to give it back. That sentence is the ugliest sentence I've ever said, and it's the truest. I pretended to be asleep so I wouldn't have to love him back. Not because I didn't love him. I loved Arthur more than I loved breathing, more than I loved my own children, and God forgive me for saying that, but it's true. Arthur was my person, the one, the only one. From the day I met him at a church picnic in 1961 until the day he died in this bed right here with his hand on my hip the way he always slept, Arthur was everything. But I couldn't show it. I could not physically make myself show it. Something in me was locked, had always been locked, since I was a girl. My mother was not a woman who touched, not a woman who kissed, not a woman who said I love you, or held you, or stroked your hair when you were sick. My mother loved me, I believe that, but she loved me from across the room. She loved me with clean clothes and packed lunches and a roof. She didn't love me with her hands. And I grew up thinking that love was something you built around a person, not something you pressed into their skin. Arthur was the opposite. Arthur was hands and lips and arms. Arthur was a man who needed to touch the people he loved the way other men needed to breathe. He'd put his hand on my back when we walked. He'd hold my hand in the car. He'd pull me close on the couch. He'd kiss my forehead every morning. His body was always reaching for mine, and mine was always still, receiving but never reaching back, accepting but never initiating, present but never pressing into him the way he pressed into me. I let this man love me for 59 years without ever once showing him that I loved him with my body, with my hands, my arms, my lips on his forehead in the dark when he didn't expect it. The small physical acts of love that say, I choose you. I am choosing to touch you because touching you is the only language that says what my mouth can't. Arthur never complained. Not once in 59 years did he say, why don't you ever kiss me? Why don't you ever reach for me? Why am I always the one crossing the bed? Not once. He just kept coming every morning, 5 a.m., rolling toward me, finding my forehead in the dark, pressing his lips to the same spot, 21,535 times, without ever once being met halfway. Do you know what that is? That is not a habit. A habit is brushing your teeth. A habit is checking the lock before bed. What Arthur did was a choice, a daily choice. Every morning his body had to decide, do I roll toward her or do I roll away? And every morning for 59 years, he rolled toward me, knowing I wouldn't kiss him back, knowing I wouldn't open my eyes, knowing my arms would stay at my sides and my lips would stay closed, and my body would receive his love the way a stone receives rain, without responding, without softening, without giving anything back. He rolled toward me anyway, every single time, because that's what Arthur was, the kind of man who keeps loving you even when you give him nothing to work with, the kind of man who kisses a forehead 21,000 times without a single kiss in return and somehow doesn't stop, doesn't harden, doesn't give up. He died on a Thursday, March 4 in the morning, early, before the kiss. I woke up because the bed felt wrong. The weight was wrong. The breathing was wrong. I turned toward him. His hand was on my hip, where it always was when he slept, but it was heavy, not the gentle resting weight of a sleeping hand, the heavy weight of a hand that isn't holding on anymore. He was gone, in his sleep, peacefully, they told me. And the first thing I thought, before the grief, before the panic, before calling the ambulance, before any of it, the very first thought in my brain was, I never kissed him back. Not once, not one time in 59 years did I lean over in the dark and press my lips to his forehead and let him feel what he gave me every single day. I had 21,535 chances, and I took 0. I kiss his pillow now, every morning, 5 a.m. My body wakes up at 5 now. It never did before. It does now. My body wakes up at the time his lips used to find me, and instead of his lips there is nothing. And instead of lying still, I roll toward his side of the bed and I press my lips to his pillow. A pillowcase that I change every week, but that never smells like him anymore, no matter how much I want it to. I kiss the pillow and I say, good morning, Arthur, the way I should have said it 21,000 times. Good morning, my love. I'm awake. I've been awake. I was always awake. I was awake every time you kissed me. I felt every one. I counted every one. And I'm sorry my arms didn't move. I'm sorry my lips didn't find yours. I'm sorry I pretended to be asleep because being awake and loving you back was too terrifying for a woman who was never taught that love was something your body does, not just something your body receives. I put fresh water on his nightstand every day. His reading glasses are still there, folded the way he left them. I make his side of the bed every morning, smoothing sheets he'll never wrinkle, fluffing a pillow he'll never dent, performing the maintenance of a love I should have performed when he was here to feel it. If you are lying next to someone right now, if you are sharing a bed with a person who reaches for you in the dark, who puts their hand on your hip, who kisses your forehead when they think you're sleeping, you are not sleeping. I know you're not. You're lying there, feeling it and letting it happen and not responding, because responding feels vulnerable, and vulnerable feels dangerous, and dangerous is a place your childhood told you not to go. Go there. Roll toward them. Tonight, right now, whenever you go to bed next, Don't wait for morning. Don't wait for them to come to you. You go to them. You cross the bed. You find their forehead in the dark with your lips. You kiss them in the spot that says, I am choosing you, not because you reached for me first, because I want to, because touching you is the only honest thing I know how to do. And if they wake up confused, if they say, what was that for? If they look at you strange because you've never done it before, say nothing. Or say everything. Say, I've been pretending to be asleep, and I'm done pretending. Say, I felt every kiss, and I'm sorry I never gave one back. Say, your forehead has been the most loved place on earth, and I've been too afraid to return the favor. Say it with your lips. 21,535 times I could have said it with mine. I said it 0. Don't you dare be 0. Not one more night. Roll toward them. Kiss them. They've been crossing the bed alone long enough. Meet them in the middle tonight.